Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another session with the older man. Yes, today looks a little different, doesn't it? Yep, this is my second studio I've set up, and I'll be shooting from here sometimes, simply because, you know what? And basically, I've just converted this particular spot where I can sort of get away. This is my man cave slash studio that I have converted. And also, I wanted to keep it neutral simply because I want to be able to entertain other podcasters who would like a space that they'd like to produce their content. Welcome to Studio 2, my friends. Okay, guys, listen, I'm doing this thing full time. I'm going gung-ho straight into it. You're going to see a lot more content, and hopefully you stay entertained, educated, enlightened, informed. I'm not going to use the word stimulated, but because I've just given you the four major parts of what YouTube should be offering you. So, my friends, if you want more information from the older man, log in to askanolderman.com. Join the community. That's where I'll be sharing more content that won't be available on YouTube. Okay, it'll be a lot more personal, a lot more in-depth. Also, if you just want to book a session, you need to have a chat with an older, wiser man that has been through life. I'm your dad, I'm your uncle, I'm your I wouldn't say grandpa, can't go that far yet. I could be. I'm just that guy that has a little bit more knowledge and wisdom to be able to help you. So, book a session. So, what are we talking about today, my friends? Well, I'm going to call this one Male Acceptance of Life Challenges. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. This morning, I was in the gym and I had a chat with a brother of mine. He's a recovering cancer patient, young, very young, early 30s, and he went through some serious problems. But he's built himself, he's recovered. Hey, he was a martial artist before, a kickboxer, as a hobby, but sharp guy, really switched on Arab fella. And he shared something with me this morning, because he's now found a new girlfriend. It's been a while. He's been off the market. And he said to me, Paul, now that I have a girlfriend, you wouldn't believe how much attention I get from other women. Other women are actually looking at me. Before the girlfriend, nothing. And I said, yeah, that's how it works, my friend. And he said, and another thing, when I was sick and I was going through chemo and I'd looked like crap, my hair had fell out, I was out of shape, I had a stomach, I just looked like death sometimes. People pretty much just shunned me, they ignored me. I've been a red pill type guy for quite some time, and I sort of understand why these things occur. For example, he said, I know women are more attracted to a man that has been vetted or has been accepted by another woman. He said, I know that. He said, but I don't like it. I really don't. It's not the best way to look at life. And he said, when I was sick, no one looked at me, man. He said, it's a lonely existence. He said, you almost feel like people are deserting you. They'll pity you, but they keep their distance. And I said to him, my friend, these are realities that we as men have to deal with. You are right about the vetting process when it comes to women. Women only find men attractive that other women find attractive. And the same thing applies for when you're sick. It is human beings' natural tendency to actually not want to be around a sick person because psychologically, whether it's true or not, that's irrelevant. They don't want to get sick either. So they tend to want to stay away from someone who's not well. It's just our basic natural instincts, my friend. And it's nothing cynical. It's just the way we are as a species. That's it. And he said, I know it, but I don't like it. And so that brings me to this one simple conversation that we men have to deal with. Life isn't fair. No one deserves fairness from life. No. Listen, man, we feel that we should be treated fairly. That life, for some reason, owes us that. No, it doesn't. Life don't owe you shit. Life just keeps moving. That's it. Time passes. And societies exist, and the natural order of things will exist. The strong will dominate the weak, survival of the fittest. Women will always be opportunists. Men will always get fooled by a woman's charm and sexuality. Women are weaker than men. These are the realities of life. So if you know all of these things as a man, and accept it. That's the thing that most men don't do. They don't accept it. You have to accept it, deal with it. But most of you don't. What you do is you keep hoping for the best, and then when disappointment inevitably hit you, you're crushed, you're destroyed, and then you blame life, you blame society. No, men like us have been telling you, you don't deserve shit. You don't deserve anything in life. You just have to learn to deal with what life throws at you. And listen, I can tell you this until you're blue in the face, but you won't feel any different when that bad thing occurs. I know it. I have all of this knowledge. But I can tell you, if my wife passed away tomorrow, if she left me, if one of my daughters got sick, if I got sick, it would still affect me hard, right? But one of the things that I think that will save me a lot more is that the acceptance phase of when a person goes through disaster. You know, we go through the denial, anger. I can't remember what the phases of denial, anger, acceptance, and then healing, I think it is. But the point is once you reach acceptance, that you accept that this is the situation that you're in, you're able to heal faster. So I will reach the acceptance phase much faster. So I'll go through the anger, denial, acceptance, healing. I will reach that much faster than someone who hasn't. Because a lot of men still have not healed because they have not accepted the fact that this shit happened to me. So all I'm trying to tell you, young man, is that you're going to go through these stages of life and you just learn, understand it, deal with it. It's part of what keeps you able to move forward, not be destroyed by the problems that we have in life. If I ask you this question today, would you get married if you are guaranteed not to lose 50% of your assets and not to lose access to your child? Would you get married? And I can assure you, 90% of you would say, yeah, I would get married under those conditions. Because you know that emotionally, a woman leaving you would be okay. We all know as men that our life is all about how much energy we expend to make enough money that we don't have to suffer when we're older. We want to be able to build enough resources to protect ourselves in our old age, and in the long run, pass on our legacy assets to our next generation. So we know that if we don't lose the kids or if we don't lose our financial asset, we'd be all right.
Question for you. Have you ever been broke before?
Multiple times.
Yeah? Quick question for you.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living out here in New York City?
I work on Wall Street.
And how long have you been in finance for?
15, 16 years.
Yeah? I go all over the country just asking successful people how they made it for the younger generation. Can I get just 1 minute of your time real quick?
Yeah.
What was the worst financial decision that you made throughout your career?
Oh, man, getting married, man. Getting married, man. My divorce wiped me out. Marriage is a business. I didn't look at it like that. I'm being honest. Wiped me out. Had to start over from scratch. But the beauty of it is once you have it in you internally to build, you have the dog in you, the fight in you, doesn't matter. You'll always rebuild. It's not about losing it. Anybody listening, it's not about losing it. What it's really about is this. It's about recovery time. See, if you lose it at 20, you're probably in your early 20s, mid-20s. It's okay. You have recovery time. You're young. I'm 45. I'll be 46 in 2 months. If you lose it in your 40s, your mid-30s, terrible.
But the third part of the pain we feel when we go through a divorce is the emotional pain of the woman breaking her commitment to the marriage. But if you accept the fact that she's not yours, it's just your turn, and dealt with that, when the problem arises, when she does leave, you would feel much more comfortable saying, fine, I've had my turn, she's moved on, now I will move on. The problem I find is most men do not accept these hard realities. They go into it feeling that she would never leave me, she would never deceive me, she would never cheat on me, she would never, she's going to be my angel, she's my heart, my thing. No. That's where you get screwed. Remember, ladies, men are the romantic ones. We fall in love with you ideologically, meaning without any real logical sense. No, we don't marry you for money. You do that, ladies. You marry us for our resources. But when you take that away from us, that's where the problem comes in. It destroys most men. The majority of men who actually are killed in divorces, they only complain about the amount of money that they lost, the amount of resources that the woman raped them for. Rarely do men complain about the emotional part of the woman leaving. Rarely do men complain. They complain about the child that has been taken away from them and the resources that have been taken away from them. That's it. But if we protect ourselves, it'll be okay, gentlemen. So let me know your thoughts. This was just some random thoughts that went through my head to help you guys get through the hard times. Acceptance. You have to take that red pill, my friends. You have to deal with those hardships of life. Bad shit will happen to you. And more than likely, the worst pain are going to come from the people you trust, because those are the ones that can inflict the most pain. You expect it from people you don't trust, right? No, you should also expect it from the ones that you do trust as well. Because human beings are not infallible. Human beings are flawed. What is that expression? Always go into every situation hoping for the best, expecting the worst. And if you can understand that and live with that and enjoy the process along the way, you will never look back and say, oh, I regret that. No, you'll say, hey, you know what? I had a good time when she was with me. I did some cool stuff. We did this, we did that, and we enjoyed it. Finish. That's life. Now you move on. You get it? Anyway, my friends, that was just my deep thoughts for today. Let me know what you think, please. And by all means, remember, subscribe, book a session if you'd like to. And my friends, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. See you in the next one. Cheers.